What's going on, people? I appreciate you guys waiting and holding out for us. We have some other podcasts and things going on, but thank you guys for actually waiting and being patient. Today we do have a debate going with Dealer Gaming and OhNoItsAlexx. And unlike most debates where you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 topics, whatever the case may be, there's actually one topic today. There was actually a video made, and they're going to base this debate off of the video made, going back and forth. So I do want to start off with Dealer because Alex did come out with the video that he made regarding to Dealer. So Dealer, what in particular issue did you have with what was said inside that video?
What was the point of the video, Alex?
The point of the video was to show that, unfortunately, you're wrong about how CPUs function in games, and
how was I wrong?
You were wrong because of the facts that I showed with Optimum Tech showing a G4560 running games at 4K 60.
And what did I say?
You said that you would need either an i3 or an i5 was even struggling, and that.
No, that's not what I said.
Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pull up the video where you said it. Here, let me just grab that real quick.
No, I did not say definitively you need an i3 at least, no matter what.
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't. Did I say definitively? No, I said that you would need an i3 or an i5.
Yeah, hang in there with us, people, because it's gonna get rough here. Because we're already running into some claims where I'm saying things definitively where I never said it. Right.
So this is what we'll do. We'll let Alex put those claims back out there for everybody to see. We'll let him put his claims out there. Then once they're out, Dealer, we'll let you come back and go at those claims. Okay.
Sure. I mean, here is even the actual tweet that you sent me. I'm showing my screen now. No copy of Windows, a Pentium CPU, because every PC gamer wants to have to change out their CPU and motherboard in 1 year. No, fanboy, no. The interesting part is I did a little research. Here is the G4560. It's a $64 CPU. It has 2 cores and 4 threads. Also, the Intel i5 7400. It's not K, it's got 4 cores and 4 threads for 182. Now, the real funny thing is that the video that I showed, which is even better, is that when you look at a game like Battlefield 1, that is a CPU-intensive game, the G4560 is only 1 frame rate behind on a $325 CPU. That's overclocked to 5 gigahertz. When we look at even further, you could even see how in Doom in 4K, it's even about the same as well. So the fact that the G4560 is hyper-threaded, the fact that it has 4 threads, even though it's 2 cores, it's running games at 4K 60, and you don't need to spend all that money on a CPU. It's nice if you want to stream, if you want to record, if you want to do other things, but it's not really that necessary if you just want to play games at 4K. That's the problem that I have, is that you don't need to spend all this money. And the fact that you saying things like you need an i3 or an i5, like you did say in your podcast, like it is listed in my video. I'm not sure if sound
you would want an i3 or an i5 for further future proofing. That's common sense.
Well, the thing is, the funny part about CPUs is that when you think about future proofing, the CPU only really handles complete frames. It doesn't handle anything else when you're playing a game. The GPU handles everything else. The CPU will handle the amount of frames. If you're playing a game at 60 FPS, you don't need all that horsepower in the CPU.
You just said the CPU only takes care of the draw calls for the frame rate. Is that what you just said?
I didn't say that's what it said. I said it handles the complete frame. Now, if you're going to handle things like 144 hertz, then I would say you need a much more competent
What else does the CPU handle, Alex?
Well, it handles a lot more than just that. But when you're looking at what a game does...
Inform us, Alex.
Oh, Dealer, please. You're going to try and do this
Anyway, the problem with your video is that I never said absolutely you could not game on a dual core. Did I or did I not?
My friend.
Secondly, it was just a pointless video. You made no facts. You made no claims because I made no absolute claims like yourself. Third, go ahead and read off your PC bill real quick, buddy. The one you gave us on Twitter.
In fact, I've got it right here. I'll just pull it up for you. There you go. I'm showing you the screen right now.
All right, go ahead and read them off for the people.
It is an Intel G4560, 3.5 gigahertz dual core, an MSI B250M Pro, a Team Vulcan 8 gigabyte GDDR4 2400 memory, Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte, Zotac 1066 gigabyte, AMD mid-tower case, and a 430 watt power supply.
Now, for reference, this is the PC that you was the build for the Xbox One X, correct?
Yeah, that's the one I would say would compete with the Xbox One X.
Now, here's the thing with me and Alex. I flat out told him the X1X is a mid-range PC this year. And that's an absolute fact, right?
I have to find that tweet. I don't think you did.
Yes, I did. It's in there. Secondly, where's Windows? I know you say you can get it for $12, but any guy considering going to PC for the first time probably isn't going to go find a copy of Windows for $12 somewhere, right? I mean, can you admit that that's a possibility, or are you going to make another absolute?
Right now, I'm on Kingwin. It's $26. So
all right, so that's another $30 you didn't add to your tag there.
So $30 is fine. So what?
All right. So do you think a guy going from console gaming to PC gaming for the first time is going to build his own rig, Alex?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Well, that
Why
you're wrong. Because that's just silly.
I'm wrong. So you show me the facts as to why someone wouldn't build
the facts is most people don't know what the hell a CPU is, let alone what it does or how you plug it in or what thermal paste is. Why would they build their own rig on their first time, Alex?
So you're telling me that there's no such thing as a YouTube video to show you how to build a PC? So you're
assuming most people actually want to build their first rig, Alex.
Why wouldn't they? And you're assuming that people wouldn't. You're assuming that people would literally pay far more money for a pre-built that they don't know what's in there.
For one, they don't know they're paying far more money. That's how clueless a lot of the people are, right?
Secondly, also, let's say... I'm sorry to interrupt you. I have to say this. You're calling people idiots is what you're saying.
No, of course not. I'm saying most people do not care to build their first PC. They're not getting a PC to build it, Alex. They're getting a PC to play games that look phenomenal, Alex.
Whether or not they decide to build it or not.
What about Solid Rev? Didn't he buy a pre-built?
He did, yeah.
Okay, so well, why don't you understand that a lot of people don't want to fuck with building a rig?
Did you ever remember the time Solid Rev deleted this video, unfortunately, where I sat with Solid Rev and I taught him how to build the PC? And he actually redid, I'm talking. And he actually went ahead and re-put in a brand new power supply all on his own. He's smart enough to do it. He's a guy that has very limited patience. And the first thing he said was, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Now, I think if a person wants to have a budget, they want to save some money, and they want to go ahead and try something new, then they can absolutely, with free help from YouTube, so many different ways of finding things out, so many different sorts of information is out there, even step-by-step guides. They can do it all on their own. In fact, I was a console gamer, and I built my own PC on my own the first time. So you saying that console gamers don't want to do it, I was a console gamer.
I'm not saying an absolute. I'm saying most of them are not going to want to build their first rig.
Most of them. But then when push comes to shove and money shows up, they may not want to spend that extra money.
They may not give a fuck either. That's the thing. So a lot of people, like I said, that's the thing.
Hold on, guys. Let's that one person speak, please.
Well, Alex, given you've been talking for 5 minutes straight, I just want to say that most people just don't care. I feel like that's common sense. Most people don't. Like, remove yourself from your environment real quick and think about, I don't know, fucking 10-year-old Timmy. He doesn't want to do that. More than likely, he's upgraded something that someone else gave him or he's had in the past. That's probably the most they've done if it's their first PC, for one, right? And secondly, for those that don't want to build it, because there are a ton, you'd absolutely be blind to basic facts if you negate the fact that most people don't want to build their first rig, right? There are a ton of people that don't want to do it, and they're going to have to pay someone else to do it. So not only do you need to add Windows to that, but for at least half of the people, and I'm being very generous there, you're going to need to add at least probably 50 at the minimum if they find a friend to do it for them, probably, to build that thing for them. What are you at now, Alex?
Can you ask me where you got that number of like
common sense, Alex?
Common sense. So you're basically pulling the number out of your ass.
Yeah, like you are. When you say everyone wants to build their own PC, I'm doing the exact same thing with you, except for
but the thing is, here's the different part. You're adding a price tag to that, and that's completely not the case at all. You can have a friend that'll do it for free. I would.
And I could find an Xbox on the side of the road for free, negating your whole argument. You can do a lot of things.
What you're doing, dealer, is you're trying to add price quantities to things that don't even have any sense.
Yes, they do, because that's a big premium when
you're
you got to
get
a PC
things like, oh, here's a console player. You're basically calling them complete morons.
No, you're just manipulating people watching. I'm not calling anyone a moron.
I'm the one most people. Dealer. Really, you're the one that went on a podcast. I'm sorry, you're the one that went on a podcast said you needed all these sort of CPU parts because you would be irrelevant when the Xbox One X came out. And I completely refuted those points with actual fact and data. I'm sorry. And you're also the one trying to say that, oh, console people aren't going to want to build their own PC. How do you know that? Maybe they might want to.
Console, once again, absolutely.
Again, most, implying a large majority, implying greater than 50%.
Most people could be 50%.
And there are people who will refute that and say that's not the case at all. But again, you don't have any numbers to back up that claim.
Neither do you.
I have a question for Diller. So we can kind of get to back to the point at hand. When you debate, you're debating his PC build. So can you or can we not build a comparable PC for a price very close, if not at $500? Or you got debating $550?
His bill was like $557 or something. He just added 30 for Windows, which he neglected before. You're looking at $600 pretty commonly with a Pentium. You know what? And anyone who's going to go through the trouble to build a PC like that, don't do a Pentium. You're not going to use a Pentium. He's just finding the most bare bottom dog shit to say, hey, console players, guys that enjoy console just because you like consoles, you know, I prefer PC and console. But at least I can acknowledge that people just like what they like. Unlike you. You go on Twitter and say, I don't like people manipulating others and pushing an agenda when that's all that you do. You tell people that console's trash, get a PC. That's your opinion. Do you not understand that? Are you not self-aware?
So you saying the word self-aware is kind of hilarious if you ask me. How's
that? I mean, where's your numbers? Where's your proof for that one, huh?
That's really just
is it kind of like the proof that most people will want to build their PC the first time out? Is it where are you coming with this from? There are people that may just want to build their own PC. There are people that don't. But to say that most, and to say that you would add $50 to that as if that's some sort of flat tax to have a PC built is just ludicrous. So we just have to assume everyone's Uncle Jimmy will build it for him for free. Is that what you're saying?
Alex, question: do you believe most gamers would rather build a PC at $550 rather than buy the Xbox One X at $499? I
think it depends what they want, and I think it depends where their friends play. I think if you're looking at budgetary constraints, if you're looking at saying, well, I have $550 to $600, when you're looking at the Xbox One, it's $500 plus $60 for Xbox Live, and then plus a game. I mean, I didn't even add the game on there anyways in the first place, but $560. And then you're looking at the PC I built, which is $580. That's $20 more, sure, with the Windows you want to throw in there. I don't have to pay for online afterwards. I have free systems to use anything I want. I have Steam sales. I have free voice chat. I have internet surfing. I have multitasking. I have recording for videos and streaming. I can do it all for free. I'm not pigeonholed to one developer. I can adjust the settings into any game that I want. I can run the frame rate at any frame rate that I want. I can do the resolution at any resolution that I want. I have full control over what I can do with my system, with my games, unlike a closed system box like the Xbox One X. Now, if you are very scared of building a PC, then I suggest the Xbox One X may be more for you. But to clearly say that you cannot build a PC that is close to an Xbox One X in comparison with hardware around near the same price as you would with an Xbox One X is a fallacy. It's wrong. I've proven it. I've shown it in my video. I even showed actual benchmarks of those games running. Now, dealer, if you want to see games running on that PC, I can show you because I have all these really great benchmarks. I mean, I can show you Mass Effect. I can show you Dirt 4. I can show you.
Here's the great thing about that is you're comparing it to
Prey. I can show you Witcher. The question I have for you is, what benchmarks can you show me for the Xbox One X? Do you have any?
I just want to congratulate you for saying a bunch of stuff everyone already knew. Of course, PC has no ceiling. It's the most capable. It's upgradable. It's more versatile. But what you do not tell people is that the fact that you left Windows out of your build alone says that you weren't thinking this through, right? You just negate the need for that, right? You're like, who needs an operating system, right? And most people, like I said, don't know where to find that kind of stuff very cheaply, for one. Secondly, you're talking about benchmarks versus something that's not even out. Third, you chose some of the most easily, the least CPU demanding games around. Battlefield 1 is easy to run on very low CPUs. Correct?
Battlefield 1 is a very CPU.
Now, let me ask you another question.
So hold on.
On your Pentium,
just a second, Alex. Let him ask the question.
Go ahead.
On your Pentium dual core, are you able to capture gameplay footage at 4K 60 frames per second?
You are actually, because you have NVIDIA Shadowplay, which can do 4K 60.
So have you seen the frame rate hits to a Pentium dual core while playing games at 4K 60 and also recording games at 4K 60 frames per second?
You know, the really funny part about NVIDIA Shadowplay is it's all done through the GPU and it doesn't touch the CPU. That's why it's so good.
Yeah, there's still a minor FPS hit there, though, bud.
What was that word again? I'm sorry?
So you're saying there's absolutely no impact to performance
It's
at
a
all?
very light impact. I think you said the word for me. You said it was minor? Okay, I'll take that.
So
That's
can
fine.
you keep that Pentium that's already bottoming out or topping out at 60 frames? Can you hold that frame rate?
Why wouldn't you be able to? Have you been able to do that?
If there's an FPS impact, that's why, Alex.
Well, see, the really funny part is a lot of those FPS impacts that you're looking at are about 1 or 2 frames. So when you're thinking about it, it's 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. So, I mean, you're an AMD guy, right? You don't really have that option.
Actually, I've had 2 NVIDIA GPUs, and this is my first AMD GPU. I like them both. You know, I'm
like them both.
I'm not like you. I'm not gonna fanboy for one of the other.
I'm not fanboying for a GPU either. I mean, I was thinking about moving to Ryzen myself or Vega, but that's fine. Doesn't really bother me. I'm not a corporate slave, so I think it's okay.
I would beg to differ, actually. I mean, you're just a corporate slave to a lot of different companies that make a lot of different parts that go into one box.
Can you explain to me how I'm a corporate slave?
You push PC on people that don't give a fuck. You just can't accept that people
what
like what they
makes
like.
PC?
A lot of companies, Alex. Did you
a
hear
lot
my
of companies make
before?
PC, right? So do I fanboy over one specific company?
No, you fanboy over PC.
Okay, so
you're a PC
not, okay, but hold on. PC is not an actual company. It's a platform, correct?
Exactly. You're a fanboy to PC platform.
Oh, okay. I'm not a
Did
fanboy.
it just dawn on you just now with that how that works? So, you know.
So then can you ask me, can you answer this question for me? If you have this, what kind of PC do you have?
What do you mean, what kind?
Yeah, what do you have in your PC?
i7 3770, RX 480 overclocked, 1280 at core clock. It's mid-range.
So why do you play on your Xbox?
Everything almost.
No, why? I didn't ask you what. I said why.
Because
why if you have a PC that is similar to what an Xbox One X will be, let's be honest, that's what an Xbox One X will be, of what you have in your rig right now.
Except for the CPU, which is better than the CPU in your PC, right?
I have a 2600K. Probably, yeah.
So it's better than yours.
I mean, it's the same pin. It's 1151. So let's be honest.
Anyway, so what was your point? Where were we getting at?
So then, why would you play on an Xbox? Why would you promote the Xbox brand so much?
How do I promote the Xbox brand rather than bringing information?
My friend, you are on a podcast called the XRD Podcast. You are on the Xbox
You don't even know the letters,
podcast.
bro. How do you know what you're talking about if you don't even know the letters?
Your YouTube channel is nothing but pro Xbox videos. If you
is it? How come I shit on them the other day? Like, how much do you actually know?
You have that mid-range PC. Why would you waste your money $500 on an Xbox One X?
Because I'm a console guy. Did you not hear me?
You're a console guy now.
Yeah, just like I've been a console guy. So
You've
just
been a console guy,
just like you're a PC guy.
But you're a tech guy too, right?
Are you a PC guy?
I am a PC guy.
All right, it's like that, but console for me. You understand?
Right.
You like what you like, right? So I'm sure
Fame
understands.
That's fine. But then I hope that you can see the objectivity in the fact that you are playing on a platform that is open to you to do whatever you need, but you are pushing.
I actually am playing on both, unlike you, which is a perspective you don't have.
Oh, I mean, I can play any Xbox game that I want.
So it doesn't matter. You don't play on the platform, so why do you talk about it so much?
Just a second,
Diller. To figure out.
Diller, really fast. I want to give you the opposite question I gave Alex. So you believe it is worth it for a gamer to buy a $499 Xbox over building that $550, $600 PC? What you're saying is they're better off going out and building a more powerful PC instead of trying to build one that's comparable to the Xbox One. Am I hearing that correct? I'm
saying do not get a dual core Pentium. If you're going to do it, spend $100 more and get an i5 or something like that, a Ryzen. That's what I was saying, and that's what I'm struggling to understand what the point of his video was about, because it's completely pointless. We agree on the power, we agree that PC is more capable, but when it comes to why you make, like, is that what you do? You run out and make videos about other men on the internet because you had a little altercation? Is that how easy it is for you?
I mean, I can ask you, do you just run out on Twitter and just try to blow up my mentions every day about other men on the internet?
Blow up what?
Blow up my mentions.
Your mentions? I just learned who you were yesterday.
You did. In those 24 hours, I've gotten quite a few replies.
Yeah, and you know what? I got a lot of requests to debate you because I think your fans
that came
need
out
to see
after the video I made about you, right?
I think your fans need to see the people
I don't really
watch
think
you.
I have that many fans.
I think they need to see who you are and why you make videos and people.
Fans.
You make video. You don't got no fans. These people are here for drama.
You just
Nobody
said I have
respects
fans.
that shit. No, that's why I changed it to people to watch.
Oh, now people.
So here's the deal.
You're doing a switch again.
Your content, when it comes to what you do, what are you trying to be? Another fucking Beaver Bond? Huh? Are you going to make?
I can make whatever I want.
Are you going to go back in time 2 years, Alex, and make videos on people and take them out of context, and then block them on Twitter and YouTube so they can't defend themselves? Is that what you're going to do?
Have I blocked you on Twitter yet?
Just a second, guys. Are we still on this PC and Xbox, or are we?
We're on Alex.
I think he's moved from that. But let me go back.
It seems that we've come off topic. I kind of want to reel it back.
So the reason why I chose that Pentium was mostly because of price to performance. I wanted to keep it at a very moderate price, and I wanted to make sure I had the best price to performance for that chipset. And I felt that Pentium, and with the video that I made, proved it, that you really don't need to upgrade as high as you think you do in order to do that. Now, the G4560 also is cannibalizing the i3 line of Intel. I think you should know that, dealer. The thing is...
Which year of i3?
Let me take a look here. Let me have it. I think I have it.
For one, you chose the G4 because it's...
no, it's the G45.
You chose it because of the lowest price, buddy. That's why you chose it. To tell people, oh, look what you can do with just a little more.
So then the video that I made showing Battlefield 1, Witcher 3, Doom running at 4K 60 is nothing to do with why I chose that chip.
But do you know how long games are going to run on a dual-core processor? Have you looked into that?
I mean, that's why I chose an 1151 pin, because you can upgrade that pin without changing.
And how much is that upgrade going to cost you?
You could do it up to a i3 then afterwards at $128.
So another $128 on that, huh?
I mean, that's what you would spend 2 years on an Xbox Live, wouldn't you?
No, it's not.
It's not $60 a year at $120. You wouldn't spend that.
I mean, I pay $30, but I'm not going to make it exclusive. Say everyone will pay $30 because that would be dumb. So I've already. That's not an issue for me. But what you're saying is to future-proof your system to make sure it plays games for the next 5 to 10 years, even like the Xbox will. You need to put another $130 into it, huh?
So you were thinking about future-proofing when the build that I made was just to match the Xbox One X. I think that's where the problem is. I built a PC just to match the X1 X. You're thinking about future-proofing, which is a...
Did you not read the tweets, man? Like, that's what we said. Like, you're not going to want to put that... No PC guy is going to tell you to go get a fucking Pentium and put it in your new PC.
And again, you didn't read the tweets because someone asked me what would be the PC to match an X1 X. You decided that you were going to take it over and go ahead and say, no one would ever put a dual core in a PC. That's fucking crazy.
No, I didn't say that. I never said no one ever put a dual core.
Clearly shows games running at 4K 60 on that dual core.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I don't understand why you can't see the fact that the CPU, although important, may not play as major of a role as you think it does.
So when eventually games don't work on that CPU, how much do you say it was to upgrade?
Then you would upgrade to whatever CPU you have there that you can afford. That's why I picked an 1151.
So it starts at $130. Is that what you said?
About 131. Yeah, if you want to do that, okay. Sure.
So, like
by that time frame, though, PC prices will drop. CPUs that are more expensive now will be cheaper, and you can get a better CPU for that price. See, this is how economics works, right? So things that are expensive now can become cheaper later on, and then you can upgrade since it's the same pin. You don't have to change your motherboard. You can just buy the new CPU, put it in, put the cooler on, and be fine. If you don't want to be that way,
some things get cheaper, don't they?
Here is 2 years of Xbox Live at $120. Here is a new CPU for about $120, $130. I just paid the same, and I got a brand new CPU, and I don't have to upgrade.
But by the time you save up for that CPU, wouldn't the price of the console drop, or couldn't you find it on Craigslist for $300 for somebody who needs to buy crack?
I can go ahead and I can find used CPU parts too if I wanted to, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. So there's your argument.
So couldn't I just go and find an Xbox for $100 with a broken disk drive?
I mean, shouldn't I just go ahead and buy used parts? I did it with new parts. I wanted to be pretty fair about it. But if you're going to use that, then I can get used parts too. So really, what are you
still not getting anywhere near $150, bro? Come on.
What are you trying to argue? A console?
You're the one trying to argue by making pointless videos. That's what you're the one.
So you got butthurt about the video that I made. That you're wrong.
No, you're.
That's what it sounds like to me because you keep going back to that.
How am I wrong when I made no absolute claim?
Not out of context. I didn't say anything. I just pulled it right from your podcast. I didn't do anything. I didn't cut and chop you up. I just
I'm confused. What did I say in the podcast?
If you really wanted to think about it, you didn't say anything incorrect. It was D that said the stuff that was wrong.
Okay, so
you don't even really know what you're talking about of your own podcast that you're trying to argue about.
No, you're the one telling me that I said something.
So what are you doing?
I'm having to correct you a lot because you don't pay attention. That's the problem. So
I'm
you say you watch the podcast.
Read the tweet
You got so
butthurt,
buddy, that you went out and produced a video. You said, I'm going to make a thumbnail and everything for this one. You went all out, buddy.
I can't entertain people that view to my channel about your complete lack of unknowledge of the PC market.
How was it unknowledge though? When I tell people not to get a Pentium over something that's going to be a little more future proof, I would say you're the moron that doesn't have the knowledge here. Telling people to get something that's not future proof at all.
Okay, so again, you're missing the point entirely.
No,
completely
not at all.
Missing the point.
Not at all. You're saying that I don't know what I'm talking about when in fact you're telling people to buy the bottom of this barrel fucking shit. And that's not what you do with PC gaming. Everyone knows that.
Oh, that's not what you do? You have to be this top tier PC gamer?
No, not top tier. $100 more dollars, I said.
Right. So when you're looking at what the PC can do and you're looking at what parts can do, right? And you're looking at what people have as a budget.
I'm looking at what's going to work and what's going to be reliable.
So if someone came to you and said, dealer, I have a budget of $580, what do I get? Are you going to tell them, no, don't get anything?
I would tell them to save up $100 more or don't do it.
Save up $100 more. Well, I would say, you know what? Here are some options that you have. If you want to get it right now, you can. In fact, if you want to upgrade it later on, you absolutely can because it's the same pin on the motherboard.
You just want people to go to PC. Like you don't care.
It's the same pin on them. And you know, maybe people don't want to wait. Probably they're like, you know what? I want a PC right now, and that's fine. People, just like you said, people are going to say, I don't want to build it. I want somebody else to build it for me. People are going to say, I want to build it myself. Everybody's different. Everybody has different tastes. The PC parts that I picked were for someone who said, can you get me a PC around the same price with new parts? And I built it. And you immediately got upset at the fact that I didn't future-proof the actual PC. When in fact, let's be real. Let's be real. Even though I put a Pentium in it, it's the same pin. And you can upgrade that PC very easily. So the parts that you have are very interchangeable that you can put in and out of that PC. Just a CPU and just go ahead and do the GPU. You don't even have to do any major work to it if you don't want to because I picked parts that would stay consistent.
Okay, so let's just assume that everybody that does this, for one, wants to build their own PC, right?
Yeah,
because
sure.
That's what everyone
Why
does.
not? I mean, it's
because you just make absolute claims like, yeah, of course. Don't include the price or the potential price of an install or build because no one would do that.
Because if you can do it yourself, why would be the problem of having someone else pay for it?
Don't you understand that most people probably don't want to do it themselves?
What don't you understand? That there are completely optional ways of doing that without having to pay someone. If you don't have the budget, or if you don't know
did you give someone a hand job to get yours built, Alex?
I built it myself using YouTube videos.
So you built it yourself.
And I'm not a very smart guy. I'll even admit it, even to you. I'm not a smart guy, and I did it myself.
I get that, right? But the thing that gives away your intelligence more than anything is your unwillingness to acknowledge the fact that not everybody's like you. Most people probably don't want to build it themselves. And secondly, like I said, if you're going to do it right. Add another $100 to that. That's all I was saying.
So that's the thing is doing it right is all about your opinion, though.
No,
because it really is. Because again, in the video that I made about you and your XRD podcast, is that what it is? XDR? I'm sorry.
No, I don't know.
Okay, about you and your podcast was, it's clearly shown that G4560 was still able to do 4K 60. Am I correct?
Yes, for now. Yeah.
For now, that's fine. For now, if you wanted to match an Xbox One X, do you feel that would be?
Yeah, just like the Xbox One X. It wasn't the comparison.
So then, hold on. I'm sorry. You agreed with me, correct? If you wanted to just get a PC, I'm not future proofing. I'm not saying anything about future proofing. All I'm saying is,
so you're not going to future proof like the Xbox. You know that'll work for 5 to 10 years.
And you said, okay, I just want to get on the PC. I want to use Steam. I want Steam sales. I want to play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I want to do a bunch of shit. I want to fucking play indie games. I don't know. Fuck. And you said, okay, I want it for around the same price. Here it is. Now, if you wanted to upgrade it later on, you totally can. I used the right pin set. But if you don't have to. This is for someone who's just said, I never built a PC before. I don't want them to spend a whole ton of money because shit can go wrong. Stuff can go bad. You never know. You're totally right. Right? They could build the PC. It could go totally wrong, but you never know. But at the same time, what you're looking at is a PC around the same price as the Xbox One X with a year of Xbox Live. You're looking at the ability to go ahead and play games whenever you want. Have all the perks of PC.
No, it's not around the same price because you didn't even include Windows, man.
You'll play 30 FPS, play 60 FPS in 4K. And if you wanted to future-proof it, you totally can by adding a new CPU later on when the prices drop again. I don't see why you have such a problem with this. If you are such a PC guy, you know your stuff, you would say, that's a great entry-level build. That's a good mid-level build.
It's not a great entry-level build at all to me.
So what would be a good entry-level build?
I think my standards are just a little higher. Like I said, it needs to be future-proof like an Xbox for you to compare these things. And
the Xbox isn't future-proof. It's all once it comes out, dealer, it's already behind the times. You know that. I'm
not talking about power, right? You understand that? I'm talking about if it's going to play your damn game when you boot it up in 5 years or more.
Does the Xbox One X change hardware throughout the years?
No, but it's coded just for that. It's got an 8-core processor.
That's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. You want to future-proof a PC when the Xbox One X does not change its hardware.
But it doesn't need to because the games are developed specifically for it.
To match the Xbox One X.
You understand that the games are developed specifically for it, so the games will work. It's an Xbox. You understand that, right?
You do know that a lot of PC games get these things called patches, and then they also work as well.
Oh, so that
so sometimes when you're looking at it, right? And you know, there are bad ports, and there are even bad ports on console games too. I mean, you know, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is not going to be 4K 60.
Duh.
Right. So, and we know it's an early access game. So if we're looking at it, it looks pretty shit on the PC. Do you think it's going to run super well on the Xbox One X?
Well, according to what a developer said, they said they've got a few things that are actually.
They said 4K 30.
I'm not concerned about the rest.
I mean, let's be honest though.
If you'll just stop talking for 5 seconds, it'd be so amazing.
You don't know what's going to be with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. You don't know how games are going to run on the X1. The thing is, I know how games are going to run on that system because I actually have benchmarks of videos running of games at 4K on that setup.
You built a time machine, just like Twitter. You went and saw
how the Xbox One X is running. It's very simple.
You did, because you're comparing a budget build PC to something that's not out, correct?
Well, the thing is, I actually have facts, unlike you. Here's Dirt 3 at 65 FPS in 4K. Here's Outlast at 68.
Dirt 3, Outlast.
Here is Shadow of Mordor, 54. Okay. Here's Battlefield 1, 61. Here is Forza Horizon 3. On the top right corner, you can see 63. That's on medium settings at 4K. I just paused it because, you know, I didn't want to.
Are those averages?
These are averages, yes. Here is 49 FPS on Crysis 3. Here's 35.9 at 4K on the Black Ops 3. Here is 38 FPS on Rise of the Tomb Raider at 4K.
You said that were medium settings?
Medium settings, yeah. Here is Tekken 7, 52 FPS. Here is, go ahead, and we're looking at the Surge 4K, 29 FPS. I mean, the thing is...
You said medium settings, right?
I mean, the thing is, dealer, unlike you, I actually have the ability to say, here are what games are going to run like on this system. Here are some really great benchmarks you can take a look at. And if you wanted to upgrade more, you possibly can.
No, but see, here's the thing. I feel like you're talking way too much, buddy. You're just talking way too much. You're making shit up. The thing with me is I agree with you from the beginning. I said you shouldn't have had a Pentium. And then you go through these benchmarks on medium fucking settings. Holy shit, dude. Like, you've reached as far as you possibly can to the point where you don't even install a fucking operating system on this thing. You're reaching. So no one's saying that this thing is not going to give you this thing is going to give you decent gameplay. We've said that.
Dealer, can you tell me what game is running 4K 60 Ultra on the Xbox One X?
Forza Motorsport 7.
Do you have the benchmark for that?
No, but the developers have already confirmed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
The developers have already spoken on the graphical settings on that game.
You don't have the benchmark. You don't have any data, dealer.
The developers
this
are lying.
Is why I told you to go ahead and say, wait till the Xbox One X comes out, because, dealer, you don't have any facts.
But you're comparing your PC to something that's not out, too. So you're just as a fuckface as I am, if that's the case.
I didn't hear anything you said because you're screaming into your mic. I'm sorry.
Because you just can't be reasoned with. Like, I just get really frustrated around people that are just so... You don't acknowledge the fact that most people don't want to build their PC. You don't acknowledge the fact that most people don't want to build their PC. That's a fact. I'm not saying it's not easy. It's easier than it's ever been, but that's besides the point. You don't include every piece of the price tag when you put the build out there. You start with the lowest fucking CPU you can possibly get away with, which, by the way, will not do VR most likely, which the Xbox One X can do. You don't cover your bases very well, and you're telling people to buy trash that they're going to have to replace in a fucking year or two probably. It's
dealer,
just,
again,
it's not the right thing you should be doing.
Again, dealer, the reason why I wanted to wait for this debate is because this is unfair to you, my friend.
How's it unfair? Like, the point you've proven is that you made your video for no reason because I agreed with what you said on Twitter, but you went off and made your video.
You've disagreed with the entire podcast.
Go back and read the thread.
My friend,
I told
right
you
here.
you can play games on
I mean, I don't have to read the thread. I can just show you the thread. It's right here. No copy of Windows, a Pentium CPU because every PC gamer wants to have to change their CPU and motherboard in 1 year. No fanboy, no. A copy of Windows can go for about $12 on Kingwin. You're the tech guy, right?
See, so you lied there, huh? It's $30 on
I'm
that
sorry.
side, huh?
I have the receipts, and you can match the Xbox One X. And then you say, did you feel like it was worth listing? Also, you need at least 4 threads to game on the PC with longevity. If we go to the Intel Pentium 4560, we can clearly see here it's 2 cores with 4 threads. And it's also, I think you were questioning about the one thing only, and that is hyperthreading. And it looks like hyperthreading is also.
This one has hyperthreading, yeah.
Yes. So if your debate and your point is the G4560 won't be able to do quite a few things, I'm showing you the proof that it possibly can. It'll probably last longer than you think it can. But the problem is, dealer, you don't have Xbox One X benchmarks. I, on the other hand, have benchmarks for these games. Now, the actual debate that would have been very good is what I wanted to do, which is I wanted to actually build that PC physically and then have benchmarks with the Xbox One X so we can do comparative.
I mean, so you were going to buy these parts and build it?
I was totally, and I would have bought that PC. I would have actually probably given it away as a gift to someone on the chat. So you decided not to do that. You decided that you wanted to go ahead and do this.
Yeah, I wanted to have a discussion.
Again, dealer, you have no facts. You have no numbers. You have no benchmarks. You have no basis. And until you can do that, dealer, this case is closed.
No, it's not closed because you, like I said, your whole argument gets crushed the second we find out you leave Windows out of it. Do you understand that?
Okay, so let's put on the $26 that we found on Kingwin for Windows. It's $580. And then if I have the Xbox One X and a year of Xbox Live,
rebates as well. Like, how far did you go with this?
That wasn't rebates, actually. $20 in rebates. That $20 would have been the copy of Windows at $580. There you go.
Okay.
There it is. So $580 would have been with the copy of Windows. After rebates, you basically got Windows for free.
Okay, so like you said, you claimed on Twitter that you could do it for the same price. That's not true. And that's also not adding in the fact that most people aren't going to build this themselves. That's a fact. That's another $50 to $100 on average. On average, keyword.
Where are you getting this number of people being paid to build a PC? And you think someone is not going to say,
have you ever checked in with like any of these stores that build PCs?
In fact, you know what? I even have messages of Randall Thor and him and I speaking together about wanting to build a PC. And I said, let's build it yourself. And if you want to build it, I'll build it with you on Skype.
Yeah, if you help them, right? Why won't I? Are you going to go help everyone, Alex?
I helped Solid Rev. I helped Randall Thor. If KidSmoove came to me and he said, Alex, I want to build a PC. Fuck yeah, I'm going to help KidSmoove build a PC.
What about all these other people you're trying to?
Absolutely. Why not?
Okay.
Why wouldn't I help someone come to PC gaming and actually have a good time? Why am I going to charge someone?
Here's the thing, though. They can have a good time no matter what.
Colt Eastwood came to me, and Colt Eastwood and I talk quite a bit. We're good friends all online. And if he said, Alex, I want to build my own rig. Yeah, bro, let's do it. Get on Skype. Let's fucking roll it out.
Most people are going to have someone that can help them with that, man.
But even then, if they don't have someone to help them, it's very simple. I mean, I can just do it right now. How about we just go ahead and share the screen?
Like, what don't you understand?
We can go ahead and let's say PC build guide. 2017 for beginners. God. Oh man, how to build a PC step by step. $1,000 PC build guide. Best of PC build.
Who said that you couldn't find
all these really wonderful information. It's an hour video that I can go ahead and build a PC with for free.
That you could not
I don't need anybody else to do it for me. I have it all right here, my friend.
Online, Alex. Who said you couldn't find them?
I mean, it sounds to me.
Did anyone say you couldn't find help online building a PC?
I didn't say
no.
that.
The answer is no. That's the right answer. It's no. No one said that.
So then why are you arguing that?
What someone did say, hang on. What someone did say is that most people will not want to build their own PCs.
So then if you're
that's what I said like 30 minutes ago, just in case.
Want to, why do you think they don't want to?
They're just not interested, man. What do you understand about
I'm sorry, that is not an actual. You could say things like they're scared of actually doing it. I'm pretty sure someone who bought all the parts would be interested in.
Why do you think people play console? It's all about convenience. Like, do you not understand? Have you been out of the loop this long?
We can argue this. To be honest, the only convenience you have with console is the fact that it's already pre-built for you.
No, you and I know a lot of conveniences with console, man.
Tell me what's convenient about the console.
A lot of people don't want to come home after a long day of work and have to deal with a PC, bro. I've heard it a million times.
Well,
I know you are in your own little bubble.
I mean,
but I am at least acknowledging the fact.
Okay,
that
so then can you provide me? I'm sorry. Can you provide me with the things that would be dealing with the PC, quote unquote?
people don't want to have to deal with it, man. That's
like
just
what?
the stuff people say. I don't understand why that's so hard to believe.
Can you provide me an example?
Fame, do you understand the allure of a console over a PC?
I'm sorry, Fame is not in this conversation.
Since you want to know, you want to know what people think, right? Let's just ask the guy right here if he understands why somebody might want a game on a console over a PC. Not everybody is like you.
I much rather ask the chat. I'd rather not be in the chat. Would you guys, at the chat, you guys heard the question. You guys answer that in the chat.
I don't understand. Like, that's not a hard thing to understand, right? You come home, you grab a controller, you hit a button, you sit on the couch, and you play a game.
But I can plug my PC into my TV.
I know that. That's exactly what I do. No one said you couldn't.
Okay, so then why are you using that as an argument?
Because some people don't want to have to deal with a PC, buddy.
But there's nothing to deal with if you just turn it on, power it on, and turn on big picture.
Just for reference, people are asking what was the question. The question pretty much is, would you want to go home, and what obstacles would you have to want to get off work on a long day and game on a PC? What obstacles would you have to overcome to game on said PC? Now,
just to be clear, no one's saying that it's astronomically hard, but not everybody wants to do this. It's not hard at all to come home and get on your PC.
Okay.
But I've heard this a million times. People just don't want to have to fiddle with anything. They just don't want to have to do that. They don't even want to have to do something as simple as type in a password. They just want to come home.
But you don't even need a password for your PC, dealer.
Anybody? Oh my God! Do you have a password?
You keep bringing these arguments that are fallacies.
No, I just said that that's something that I've heard before. Like, I don't understand why this is so hard.
Hearing it and then applying logic to it. There's no logic behind it.
There is logic behind it. It's just
bad
curated
logic.
experience, man. I don't understand where you're getting this bullshit from. It is a curated experience. There is a convenience factor to a console, and you're a moron if you say otherwise.
Can you tell me what the convenience is for a console?
Can you tell me why it's not convenient?
It's because it's the exact same as a PC, to be honest.
No, it's not exactly the same.
So you're telling me there aren't day one patches? You're telling me that Xboxes and PS4s don't crash on games? You're telling me that there aren't issues with downloads and uploads and
for one, I'm talking about the ease.
You're telling me that sometimes things just don't work on a console. You're telling me that every single time a console's powered on, it works every time. You're telling me that when the PS4 just launched, it didn't have multiple people saying it was broken day one.
Did anyone
You're telling
say
me that never happened, that this is all just made up in my mind? You're telling me that you're telling me that the PS4 didn't even have a wobble. That's how badly designed it was built. You're telling me that you're telling me the Kinect works every single time.
Do you hate Sony or something? What's your deal?
I don't hate
anyone. Did anyone say that about any of that?
No, I'm just giving you the actual facts of what you're trying to say.
So because the fucking thing wobbles, the fucking PlayStation wobbles, you push on it, it wobbles, it's inconvenient. Like,
not inconvenient, but it's just the fact that there are bad build qualities of consoles. Consoles can break. Consoles may not work.
When's the last time you gamed on a console? You said you were a console guy, right?
The hard drives can fail. It has a hard drive.
You said you were a console guy, right? When's the last time you gamed on a console?
Oh, I had a 360.
When's that?
Oh my God, that was shit. When did the 2600K come out?
2011, I think.
That was the last time I had a console.
So 5 years ago. I say you're too far gone and you don't really remember what I remember. See, here's the thing. This is the advantage of having the perspective. This is the advantage of having the perspective that I have, buddy, because I actually remember what it's like because I have both and you don't. So that's what I'm saying.
I have a PS3 too. I just remember that right now. But I only played.
You just remembered it? Is it in your closet? If it's that bad, you're out of the conversation when it comes to perspective.
Actually, the Netflix is all that it's used for. That Ni no Kuni.
Okay, so like I said, why are you even speaking on the conveniences of a console if you don't use a console?
Well, I do use it, but I don't use it.
You don't use it. You just remembered you fucking had it. Anyways, like I said, your video was pointless. What's new?
My video proved the point.
We agreed about the same shit on Twitter. I just suggested and made fun of you for putting a fucking Pentium in there to get that price as low as possible and leaving out a copy of Windows. And of course, assuming that every gamer on the planet wants to build their own PC their first time out, which is absolutely not the case. Do you have anything else to say?
I'm sorry. I kind of got lost.
Okay,
guys. Hey guys, since I think we kind of came back to the beginning of this, I'm gonna let y'all say y'all piece, and then we're gonna book it because we kind of just went full circle. So I'm gonna let y'all say y'all piece without interrupting the other one, and then we can be done.
Go ahead, Alex.
So you can build any kind of PC you want. You can build a budget build, $550, $560, $580 PC that can keep in touch with the Xbox One X over its lifespan. You can do a future-proof PC. You can do anything you want. The really great thing is that you can build how you want to build it, and you are free to do whatever you need it. You don't have to be beholden to a company or anything else like that. And there are so many great places to learn about PC gaming. You don't have to be someone that just sees one point of view.
You're the one who sees one point of view, though, buddy. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I mean,
for one, you see one point of view in the fact that you assume everyone wants to build their PC.
60.
2, you see one point of view when you say that console has no convenient factor. 3, you have no point of view because you don't even play on your console. You're done.
I stopped playing on consoles because they were no longer convenient.
Yeah, well, that's your fucking opinion. And that's the thing that ultimately lost you everything that you set out to do here, is that you assume absolutes, which you never do. People are different. Not everybody's like you. Most people don't give a fuck to do it themselves. They want to go out and buy it themselves. That's just the facts. Now, I'm not saying that it's not easy to build yourself. Of course, it's easier than it's ever been, but console does have a particular convenience factor. It doesn't matter how big it is. I am not wrong there. Secondly, most people probably don't want to build their first PC. I am not wrong there. Most people don't know how. They are intimidated, and they can fuck shit up, and they have no clue what's going on. It's going to cost them more money to go have someone fix it. Do you disagree there?
I do disagree there, yes.
Okay, well, you're wrong.
Oh, can you show me?
And lastly, this is what I'll sum it up on.
You're just telling me I'm wrong. I mean,
you are wrong because you're saying people aren't intimidated. You're saying people aren't intimidated by building a PC. You're wrong. Some people
can't be intimidated, but what I'm showing you is that even though you're intimidated, I was intimidated when I first built my PC. But I went ahead and I said, you know what? I can do this. I went on YouTube and I found some videos and I saw step-by-step guides and I asked people around and I found out things, and my PC is still kicking 6 years later.
Did it boot up the first time you built it?
It posted just the first time, not an issue.
All right. Well,
I didn't have any. Even
then, you got lucky.
But just
Alex,
like that, though.
Go ahead, finish your closing argument. So go ahead, finish your.
So I wanted to just cap it off by saying all of those things, like I said, and lastly, I never said you couldn't game on a dual core. No one ever said that. And we all agreed it was a mid-range PC with the Xbox One X when it comes to the GPU side. You know, for $100 more bucks, you could do better on the CPU side. So like I said, the whole point of this was how easily you jump to this kind of stuff and make a video about someone else on the internet. It's kind of sad because I've already got morons saying that I put down checkerboarding when in fact the only thing bad I ever said about checkerboarding was in Horizon Zero Dawn when it's in checkerboarding mode, it's slightly more blurry because of the motion blur. People blow my shit out of context so bad it's ridiculous. I got fucking beavers making videos about me from 2 years ago that don't even make sense. You go back and watch the whole thing, it's not even what the fuck I said. It's just ridiculous, and it's part of the problem when people like you jump on this kind of stuff. Look at their channels. They're fucking dead. You wonder why? Your model's not sustainable, bro. That's all I'm saying. So
I mean, I'm not trying to make a ton of money off.
You are. It's not about money. It's about principle, and it's about.
I mean, I have other videos on there where I weightlift and I fucking flex on the camera. So I mean, thanks. I mean, like, do you think I take any of this seriously?
No, I think primarily what you're known for is trying to shit on other people out of context.
No, you think that because I just took a shit all over you in my last video.
You didn't take a shit. You ain't no R. Kelly, motherfucker. You didn't take a shit on nothing.
No,
what you did is made a video about something we agreed on. That's all you did. What the fuck are you talking about? You didn't do shit. And then you came to a podcast. You came to a podcast, a live debate, which you should have never did. And then you said that you said that everybody wants to build their first PC. Console has no kind of convenience whatsoever. And of course, you can build this PC yourself, of course, for around the same price of Xbox. So,
like I asked you before, do you have any facts about what makes console more convenient?
Myself. If I prefer it to be more convenient, then that proves my argument. I say some people prefer it to be more convenient.
So then
you say they don't.
About PC?
You make absolute claims.
Well, is it not an absolute? Well, hold on. Let's do this right. Is it not an absolute claim that consoles have day one patches?
Some of them. Some games do.
Some do, some don't. Right? Is it not an absolute claim that consoles also?
This is all to do with the curated experience. I'm not even getting into the game.
I'm trying to figure out where the convenience is.
The party system alone for me is convenient.
Do you download games on consoles now?
What I do is I get online, I push a button, I'm talking to 16 friends just like that. That is a convenience.
Have you heard of Discord, my friend?
Yes, I have. But you'd have to be a moron to say, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even understand. Were you even playing the fucking thing when Party Chat was around? Like, do you even know? Like, I understand you can do everything and more that you can do on a console on a PC, right? Everyone knows that, right? But just to be able to pick up your controller, you got the mic plugged in the controller, boom, you're in. Like, there is a curated environment there, and I feel like most people see that on PlayStation, on Xbox, everywhere. But you are disputing this, and I don't know why.
Because there's same thing that you can get on the console, you can get on the PC.
You're gone. You're
for
too far
free.
gone. You're too far gone. If you don't understand the common logic that is a convenience factor.
All right, guys,
for a console,
we are hitting our time. We are hitting our hour. So, are y'all finished or y'all done?
We're done.
I'm done.
Y'all done? Okay. Yeah. It's been real. I hope y'all got out what y'all wanted to get out. So, I know people in the chat are starting to get restless, so I didn't want this thing to go on forever. So, you guys have a great night. And like I said, I hope you two guys got out what you guys got to get out. So you guys will be doing it back and forth and whatnot. People in the chat, thank you guys for rocking. You guys can go on and say who won or whatever the case may be. You guys have a good night. Peace.